Yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome to the meeting. Today, it's a very fine evening, right? It's very cool in Bangalore, and we are all, I don't know, we're all chilling, right? I was just using my blanket till now, and that's that's about it. And right. So this is like the 168 meeting of Toastmasters Samrita Bangalore. Welcome to it. And now, the three golden rules which you follow in every Toastmaster meeting is please turn on your non-speaking devices or switch it off or keep it in mute. The second rule is like please mute yourself unless you have to speak, unless you have to speak or someone because someone else is speaking, it might disturb it. And the third rule is just be, what do you call? It's forgetting. The third rule is don't we in Toastmasters Samrita Bangalore we don't talk about sex, religion, and taboo topics. But still, if you do want to talk, so do it in a way that no one is offended. And that for sweet moment, right? Nothing can be changed. Depends on the situation. That's what I think of the topic. Uh, Going to the I would hand my over to the presiding officer.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Praneeth, for starting the meeting. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. So, before anything, I'd like to open meeting number 168, themed Nothing Can Be Changed. Open. So, firstly, I'd like to read out the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With that, I can see few guests in the meeting. Reena, would you like to introduce yourself formally? Over to you.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I am Reena, and I work for Cisco Mumbai. So the base of Cisco in India is in Bangalore, but my location is in Mumbai, and I'm part of channel sales out here. So that's a little bit about me.
Glad to have you here, Toastmaster Reena. And
Thank you.
I can see Om K. Om, Toastmaster. Om, would you like to introduce yourself?
So good evening, everyone. I am Om Kumar Patra. I am from the Toastmasters NHC Club. I'm the current VP. We are the new club started in May. So I'm here to gain insights from a well-established club. I can also see our area director, TM Harsha here. So it's very nice. So I hope to look forward and enjoy the meeting to gain insights. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Om. So these are the two guests for our meeting. Now, coming to the announcements. Well, this is the biggest announcement is this is the first meeting after the installation ceremony happened, and this meeting is organized by the newly elected ExCom officers. Is my screen froze? Okay.
No, we can hear you properly.
Thank you. And let's give it up for the current ExCom. Now, I rolled out a form called Associate ExCom form, in which it will help you work on your leadership skills. And if anyone here in the club interested to work on the leadership skills and work with the current ExCom officers, go ahead and fill the form. You can have a call with ExCom officers or your mentors if you have any queries. And the third announcement is on 17th of July, that is this Sunday, we have Toastmasters Leadership Institute for both ExCom and their associates as well. So it is organized by District 92 to better known everyone about their roles. So hope everyone will register for the TLI as well. We will have a wonderful experience, and it's good thing is it's going to be in person. That's the best part. You will meet a lot of great people. You will get to network with them, and hope everyone will register for it. That's it with the announcements part. Now coming to the theme, nothing can be changed. The first time I heard about this, I got all dark thoughts. Why is the theme very dark? As in, what is Toastmaster Vinay going to talk about? But yeah, I'm sure there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. So he will turn it in a way that it will be positive. So hoping for the same. And over to you, Toastmaster Vinay, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. A very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests present here. I'll be your TMoD for today's meeting. Nothing can be changed. I'm pretty sure that every of you have thought in a different way when I first announced the theme. When I first took the role of TMoD, I went to my mom and asked her, "Ma, suggest me a theme for my role of TMoD." She said, "Today is Sai Baba's day, so tell about Sai Baba." And I was like, "Ma, I can't tell about Sai Baba." And then I laughed a lot and I went sat somewhere and I started thinking about my past. What have I done in other meetings? I'm this kind of person who thinks a lot. So I thought, why can't I do this as my theme? So I finally decided nothing can be changed as a team. Before going to the theme, let us acknowledge the person who gave us this chance to be here. Ralph Medley introduced Ralph Medley established this international organization called Toastmasters on 22nd of October 1924. Now this non-profit organization has around 352,000 members, around 149 different countries, and over 16,400 clubs. Coming to the theme, I would like to ask how many of you had thought of changing your mistakes which you have done in your past? I would like to raise your hands. Yeah, I think probably many of you. So there are some kind of situations in our life which defines us. And these kind of situations, they are somewhat good situations and bad situations. I'm not going to talk about these good kind of situations. I'm going to talk about these bad situations which we regret and which we think it could be better if it would not occur. So I always think whenever I come out of my examination hall, there's this bunch of people who stands aside and starts discussing about the question paper. That is this thing that they don't even know the exact answers of this question paper, and they define the answers that you wrote wrong and I wrote correct. They discuss it in a way that we'll go into a depression like, "Are Babre, I'm going to fail this exam." So these are some kind of things which I regret after coming out of examination hall. So I used to think a lot about my past experiences. Sometimes I also used to overthink that I somehow thought about multiverse. Like I thought that if I did not perform well in my exam, what me in other universe would have done. I thought if I am so average person, he would be a better person and a brilliant person. But I later came to know that that's a fantasy. So by thinking a lot, I finally came to a conclusion that nothing can be changed. I'll tell about my conclusion. Before that, I have a wonderful person to introduce, who is our general evaluator, Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh is our current president of TAB. He is one of my dearest friends. He majorly bees in depression, but come out so less. Over to you, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay, for that not so good introduction. No, I'm not in depression. I'm out of it. Well, I guessed it right. It is going to be a dark theme, but yeah, here we are. As a general evaluator, it is my duty. My screen is froze. Am I audible now?
It's good now, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. As a general evaluator, it is my duty to evaluate the entire flow of the meeting and to help me with my evaluation. I have three great superheroes with me, namely tag team. timer, accounter, and grammarian, who will be helping me in giving the finest of evaluation. Now, the first person in the team is timer, who is Toastmaster Govind. Well, he's also one of the superhero who took the role very last minute, but I'm sure he'll be giving the good evaluation. Toastmaster Govind, kindly introduce about your role. Over to you.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I hope you're all fine and doing well in these holidays. How many of you believe time is the most important factor which plays? Obviously. So, my role as timer today is to note down the time taken by each speaker who speaks on the screen. So we have 3 segments in today's meeting, that is speeches, table topics, and evaluation. Coming to speeches, I'll be showing green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6, and red at 7. And coming to evaluation, I'll be showing green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. And the last segment, that is table topic session, I'll be showing green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. So the card goes like this: green card, yellow, and red. So that's it from my side. I'll be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Over to G Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Govind, for that crisp introduction about your role. The accountant for today's meeting is our very own Toastmaster Vishnu brother. Toastmaster Vishnu, kindly introduce about your role. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh, for such a full introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As I'm going to be the accountant role for the today's meeting, I'll try to note down the words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for every speaker, every role taker, and every guest for the overused words, including and, well, but, so, and all. And I will also listen for the filler sounds, including and all. If you just want to use those overused words or crutch words, please give a slight pause so that you can get the next word, you can catch the next word and present it. And I will note when a speaker repeat a word or phrase such as I, this means. So that's all. And at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions and where he used it, and present them when called upon by the general evaluator of the. That's it from my side. Over to Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu, for that brief introduction about your role. And the grammarian, who is Toastmaster Mallika for today's meeting. Toastmaster Mallika, kindly introduce about your role. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'll be the grammarian for the day. Before proceeding with my role, I'm Toastmasters. When we hear the name Toastmasters, the only thing which comes about in our mind is communication. When we communicate, whether it be in any language, it needs to be correct. I've seen a few speakers who have an amazing style of delivery when they speak, but when they use certain words or phrases incorrectly, the effectiveness of the speech goes for a toss. As speakers, we are so focused on delivery and communicating a story that we sometimes forget the importance of language. Now, this doesn't mean that we need to use some fancy words, but whatever we speak must be spoken correctly, whether be it pronunciations or phrasing or sentence formation. All of it comes into a play when delivering an effective speech. So today, as the grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, and I'll take a note of only any misusage of the English language, as well as the outstanding usage. And also as the grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the meeting. The word is irrevocable, which means not able to be changed, reversed, or recovered. An example of using this word is, he said that the decision was irrevocable. Coming to the idiom of the day, the idiom is a snowball's chance in a hell, which means no chance at all. When we keep it in usage, we can use like you're too radical. It has snowball's chance in hell of being approved. So I encourage each speaker to use the word of the day and idiom of the day in their speeches. And that's all from my side. I'll present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mallika. And I will also request you to please put the word of the day and idiom of the day in the chat box.
Yeah,
That's
sure. I
it.
was just about to do that.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Mallika again. Well, that's it with the fact team and with me. We'll be back at the end of the meeting when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day to give our evaluations. Over to you, Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. As we know, every meeting has 3 segments: the prepared speeches, the table topic session, and the evaluation session. Now, let us move to the first session, the prepared speeches. Today, we have 3 speakers. So let me call upon our first speaker, Toastmaster Madhumitha. Toastmaster Madhumitha says that she is an enthusiastic person who tries to explore new things every day and grab every opportunity to make best use of it. She also says that she is a biryani lover and she loves spending time listening to music. Before handing the stage to Toastmaster Madhumitha, I would like to call upon her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Pratap, to present her speech objective. Toastmaster Pratap is a lazy Jain who loves coding and spends too much of time on and spends too much of money on useless things. And he is one of my dearest friends. We call him Backlog by Reddy. Over to you, Toastmaster Pratap.
I think my name just got updated from Bunko by Reddy to Backlog by Reddy. That's okay. All right. A very good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to Toastmaster Madhumitha, who will be delivering her first speech, her icebreaker speech from level 1 project 1 of presentation mastery. And the time limit for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. Time up, please note down. It's not 5 to 7 minutes, it's 4 to 6 minutes. So yeah, all the very best, Toastmaster Madhumitha. Over to you, TMoD.
Toastmaster Madhumitha, icebreaker, Toastmaster Madhumitha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. Am I clearly visible and audible? Yes, thank you. Everyone has a story to share. So do I. Hello, everyone. I'm Madhumitha. I come from a family of 4, and I love biryani. And I completed my schooling and intermediate in Hyderabad. And I like to time doing some art and craft work. And I learned many things in this lockdown period. And about my school life, well, that was sweet as well as sour. And my school always reminds me of the mango tree, which I used to see every day. And and that tree made my everyday life beautiful because I love the tree, and when it moves, when the wind moves, I liked it very much. Just like every other season made the tree grow higher, and my strengths and failures have made me very much stronger. I tried a lot of new things, and I loved every bit of it, as I learned something from that, which helped me to be who I am today. I participated in some of the activities and I won some awards. And getting that award on a stage is a super good experience. Imagine getting an award for what you have done on a stage is super cool, right? Speaking of stage, I think there are 2 types of people. One who wants to go on the stage and speak, and the other one who actually does it. And I belong to the first one. I always think that getting on a stage, grabbing everyone's attention, and delivering a speech, super cool. And I wanted to look cool. Now, who doesn't want to look cool? But I didn't know where to start. Then I got an opportunity to speak on the stage for a few minutes. Without hesitation and full excitement, I told yes. Little did I know that my anxiety and stage fear will make me shiver on that day. I had a lot of confusion in my mind when I tried to prepare for that. Imagine going wrong in front of the whole crowd and getting roasted by your friends at the end of the day. Oh my God, it's an embarrassing situation. I tried my best. I almost gave up my role. But thanks to my teacher who helped me at that time, then it's okay. It's okay to go wrong. So I learned something from that. And you know what? I did it well. I learned a lot of things on that day. And the claps at the end of the speech gave me the courage to speak again on the stage. And I loved every bit of it. My school life went very well. Coming to my intermediate life, preparing for the competitive exams may drain me much. But yeah, even I learned a lot of things. And I was a hostler. Speaking of hostel, and hostler's life is incomplete without making the Maggie secretly. And that is the only dish I make with full confidence. My intermediate life was a roller coaster ride, many ups and downs. And finally, I ended in Amrita. Fast forwarding, I'm a Sumukh, pursuing my BTech in electronics and communication engineering. I didn't expect that my college life, the first 3 sems of my college BTech life, would go online. I never imagined that. But somehow I managed to make some friends. And yes, it was quite good. I didn't know much about the college. So I joined various clubs meetings to know more about it, because that was the only way I could know about it. And one of the meeting was TAB, where I could find many tabsters helping out each other, encouraging the guests to speak. I was very surprised at the way they were speaking, with full of confidence and very fluently. I wanted to speak like that. And I thought that maybe there is a chance even I could speak. When I heard the club's name, that is Toastmasters, I thought it is related something toasting or that. But there was a complete 180-degree shift in my thoughts that it is not related to food, but the club helps us in improving our communication skills and public speaking skills. Then I got to know more about the club through the social media pages. So I researched something about that and I thought, okay, should I join or not? Because it was my dream to speak on a stage with full confidence. Because I knew it wasn't that super easy to prepare and go on a stage and speak. On that day, I knew that it's not as easy as it looks. It's a bit difficult one. So I wanted to overcome my stage fear. Then I asked my mom, I was pondering whether, Mom, should I join this or not? Will it be helpful? Will it benefit me? My mother told me, why don't you try it? It's not like you're going to lose something, but yes, you will learn something. So I gave it a try. I joined TAB. I learned many more things and I became a secretary. I got many friends, and I hope my journey will be very smooth. I'll be learning many more things. And I did it. I joined TAB, and here I am. Thank you. Over to TMoD, Toastmaster Vinay.
That's a very good speech, Madhumitha. So let's move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Maheedhara. Toastmasters Maheedhara says that he's a typical overthinker who feels nothing has changed, but his efforts could make something change. Before going to Toastmaster Maheedhara, I would like to introduce his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Harsha, to read his speech objectives. Toastmaster Harsha is a simple guy who loves to smile when others cry. I was just kidding. He's a simple guy who loves to smile and make people smile. A tennis freak, ever ready to speak. What do you, Toastmaster Harsha?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay, for giving me a heart attack for a tiny bit of a second. Thank you so much. Well, as you already heard Madhumitha speaking or giving a speech, that's exactly what an icebreaker is. I think I need not actually give you the total objectives of an icebreaker, but as the speech evaluator, here goes the objective. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and they learn the basic structure of a public speech. That's what Toastmaster Maheedhara will be doing through his speech today. And I hope Toastmaster Maheedhara, you'll be rocking the stage today as an icebreaker speaker. All the very best, and back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsha. Toastmaster Harsha, sorry, Toastmaster Maheedhara, icebreaker, Toastmaster Maheedhara. Over to you.
Good evening, guys. Am I visible and audible? Yeah. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay, and for that intro. And to make you not to worry, I am not going to contradict your TMoD address today with my speech. The change I am going to talk about is by people and their impact on anyone's life. My dear audience, let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever thought that someone could change you? Did you ever feel that someone could enter into your life so that it takes a complete U-turn? I just sat yesterday evening and I retrospect on my past life. I found a huge change in myself. If that happens, will that be a good change or will that be a bad change? Is that possible? Okay, let me try to answer these questions during my conclusion. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. This is Maheedhara and I like being called Mahi or Macha. And I like music like anything and I'm a full chill type person. And today I'm gonna break the iceberg in front of me as I don't like that's as cool as me. Ever since my childhood, though I've been an extrovert, I never was so confident enough about myself. I never had a confident face in my life till my 12th grade. Though I was enjoying my life, though I was enjoying my schooling, my life, family trips, and the times that I spent with my friends, and I had a good face in my life, I never was myself. I was just living. I was not living. I never knew how to live a life that's filled with good memories, that you feel yourself. I thought I was happy and convinced myself that I was happy, though I was not. That's it. And then a person entered my life. It was then I came to know how a person can change you, how a person can impact you. I also got to know that change not always makes you anxious or makes you depressed, but could also make you happier. Yes, that happens. That person also made me realize that being yourself is the best thing that you could do in your life. I started to live a life on my own terms. I started to live a life on my own rules. I started being myself. Wait, I'm being me. I was wondering though, is this really me? I came to know how beautiful life can be if you can just be yourself by neglecting all the negative, by neglecting all the negative people and persons around you. That person I mentioned in the beginning made me realize that the best part of your life is you. Yes, it's you just being yourself. That person changed me so much that I started admiring little things in my life and I started loving myself like I never did. Back then, in my childhood and in my life, I was so reserved, I was so calm, I was so composed, I was so disciplined. I was the guy who has a set of rules and who never breaks the rules. Even though I was an extrovert, I never was so confident, and I was always being controlled by others like friends or family or anybody else who can make me change. But this person entered my life, and the person changed me so that I became so active and interactive and become everything that I could be. He made me learn that goals are the everything for you. You need not change your goals for anybody and everybody. And he made me to break set of rules. I mean, he made me break the rules. He made me think out of the box. He made me that every good thing I can be in this world. He made me realize that I am the best thing I could ever be, I could ever have in my life. And that's how the particular person brought me back into my own life. He made me live my life. Coming back to my introduction, I've asked you guys, how can you classify changes? Are they good? Are they bad? Well, in my case, when I try to retrospect in my life, to complete my icebreaker script today, I've got to understand that the changes happened to me when I thought I was living my life so-called happily, made me look into a big picture. That person made me realize how to live a life of your own terms. To be yourself is, he told me that, the person told me that you are the best thing that you could be in this world, and that is the best thing you could achieve in your own life. And that person made me realize how to live the life completely. And that most certainly made me say that changes are good. On that good note, what about your changes to you, Toastmaster Vinay? Over to you. Thank you.
I don't have any changes, I think so. If so, I'll keep you updated. That's a very good speech, Toastmaster Maheedhara. I request everyone to give him a standing ovation because it's his icebreaker speech. Thank you, everyone. Moving on to our third speaker, Toastmaster Vijaya Sree. She says she is an enthusiastic person who is fond of badminton, where she tries to be as powerful as smash shot in the court as well as in life, which makes opponents to lose their balance. Before handing the stage to Toastmaster Vijaya Sree, I would like to introduce her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Praneeth, to read her speech objectives. Toastmaster Praneeth, he's a second year student who is a current SAA. He's a mentee for Toastmaster Pratap, but he looks like he mentors Toastmaster Pratap.
TM Vijayasree's L1P3 project. She's attempting her L1P3 project on the pathway dynamic leadership. This project addresses the topic selection strategies, suggestions for research and methods for producing a well-organized speech. And the purpose of the speech is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Timer, please note that her time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Vijayasree, you selected your topic. Your topic is revocation, a milestone. Now that's such irony in itself, right? Revocation, a milestone. No, I am not getting that's a irony in revocation and a milestone. So I hope you make me realize the meaning of that. Toastmaster Vijayasree, Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you, sir, Toastmaster Praneeth. Toastmaster Vijaya Sree, revocating a milestone, Toastmaster Vijaya Sree. Out.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. Namaste and good evening to everyone present here. Good to see you all again. After listening to the title of the speech, many of you all thinking that, what is she even talking about? Is she talking about like which milestone and which revocation? Yes, I'm here to give speech on one of the most talked about topics in India, that is Article 370. For who don't know what is Article 370, let me tell you all. It's an article especially enshrined in the Constitution of the India for the state of the Jammu and Kashmir in 1947, when India was about to get independence and when British were leaving the country. They gave freedom to all the kings to live wherever they wish. And this caused the formation of the hundreds of provinces. By the efforts of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, all those provinces agreed to unite to form a nation, but except one, that is Jammu and Kashmir. Was not at all ready to get united. And they did not want to get merged. And they wanted to remain as like independent province. Later, Pakistan tried to acquire the Kashmir, forcefully invaded its forces in October 1947. Then King Hari Singh asked India for help in fighting with Pakistani army. India did help under the one condition, which that Kashmir must come along with the India. And India did promise that it provides the special status to the Kashmir under the Article 370 of the Constitution of the India for the Jammu and Kashmir state. And under the Article 370, people of Jammu and Kashmir had dual citizenship, where they had citizenship of both the Jammu and Kashmir as well as the India. And they had different flag. And criticizing our Indian flag was not at all crime there. And elections used to conduct every 6 years. And the rules of the Supreme Court were not at all applicable there. And if Kashmiri girl marries an outsider, then she lost her Kashmiri citizenship. If she marries a Pakistani boy, the boy used to get the Kashmiri citizenship. And the RTI Act was not at all applicable. And many things like financial emergencies were not applicable there. And no outsider can buy a land over there. And Kashmir never faced a problem with the overpopulation because no outsider can get and settle over there. Employment opportunities were very low and a lot of youth were heading towards the terrorism. And GDP was very low and like employment opportunities also not well. And after independence, China acquired the 10% of the Kashmir, Pakistan acquired 30% of the Kashmir, India has 60% of the Kashmir left with it. Article 370 was implemented as a temporary provision for the Kashmir state, and that's why India scrapped it. Since independence, India provided the special status to the Jammu and Kashmir state, and all of us used to subconsciously think about it, and majority of us had apprehensions with it. And all we wanted to get is scrapped. All we wanted to get is removed because it used to create like discrimination between the natives of the Kashmir people and rest of the Indians. And it happened on the August 5th, 2019, where the government of India revoked the Article 370. And after that, all the Indians, including the Jammu and Kashmir, are equal. All of us under the Constitution of the India. All of us have single nationality, single flag and common laws, and successfully, finally unified the Jammu and Kashmir with the rest of the states. Talking about the benefits of the Article 370 revocation, like business opportunities increased and then employment opportunities increased. There is an increment in overall, the revocation of the Article 370 has positive impact and as full result. And I can say that the Article 370 as an irrevocable by any Pakistan country or any one rest of the world. So I can say that revoking the Article 370 was the wisest decision ever took by the government of India in history of the India. And this is what all I want to convey from my side to you all regarding the Article 370. And let us all wish our India to be strongly unified and flourish. And thank you so much for your precious time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijaya. That's a wonderful speech. I've got to know a lot of things from your speech. I once again would like to request everyone to give a standing ovation for Toastmaster Madhumitha as it's her icebreaker speech. Thank you, everyone. Back to our topic. Nothing can be changed. So I said that I've came to a conclusion. Assume that I wrote my exam very bad. Don't assume it's true. I wrote my exam very bad, but somehow I managed to pass every subject. So by assuming me, let us take Toastmaster Pratap. So assume that Toastmaster Pratap wrote his subject very bad. Now I have 3 cases in which I'm going to prove that nothing can be changed. So coming to the first case, what if Toastmaster Pratap would go to past and know the questions and write it? He'll fail anyway because he don't know the answers. And coming to the second case, if he goes to the examination hall by preparing answers, he'll somehow pass because he cannot recall every answer and he cannot write them in the same order which he has studied. So wasted. Case 2, nothing can be changed. And coming to the case 3, this is a kind of case in which he even prepared every speech, every sentence, and every grammatical sentence. And if he writes the exam, I'm going to say a theory that, for example, if you take this Rubik's Cube, if you want to change this orange color to here, you're going to change it here. So for changing this orange color from here to here, it changes many other colors. In reality, we call it the butterfly effect. So if he does in that way, he tends to change other things. For example, he gets some good things and some bad things. The good things are like he passes the exam, and the bad things are he fails in Viva. So case 3 wasted. Case 3 wasted. Nothing can be changed. So from this, I came to conclude that my theory is defined that nothing can be changed. So I suggest you that to read every topic freshly and present it in the examination hall as you can, just like you present them in the table topic session. Moving on to our second session, the table topic session. Let me introduce our table topic master, Toastmaster Nikhil. Toastmaster Nikhil said that nothing can be changed about the fact that nothing can be changed. When you know nothing can be changed, we should not try to change anything. It's really awesome, Toastmaster Nikhil. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Vinay. And a very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters. And this is Nikhil, and I'll be your table topic master for today's session. So if you guys are all wondering what my introduction was all about, please don't, because even I have no clue what it really meant. So with that, let's get started with today's table topic session. So before we get actually started, let me tell you the importance of the table topic session. So the reason it's really important because it helps you improve your impromptu speaking. And the reason we have to improve our impromptu speaking is like, for example, you've taken up the table topic master role for a particular meeting, and due to some prior work, you haven't prepped. So these are the kind of situations where your impromptu speaking really comes into play and helps you from getting embarrassed in front of your whole club. So to help you from not getting embarrassed, let me try to help you improve your impromptu speaking. Let me run you through how today's session is going to go through. So you guys can volunteer one after the other, and I'll pick a particular table topic and give it to you, and you guys are going to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on the particular topic. Sounds fun? Thanks. So without any further ado, let's have our first volunteer. Come on, guys! You just told it's fun and no one comes to volunteer.
All right, I'll go.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Harsha. Yes, so your table topic is speak about the one thing that you regretted the most doing it and the one thing you regretted the most not doing it. Do you want me to repeat it?
Cool, that's fine.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Around 2 months ago with Toastmaster Pratap, I was at Toastmaster Tejshwini's house. We were just dropping her off at the railway station. So she asked me a similar question. What is that one thing you regret in your BTech life? And what is that one thing you don't regret in your BTech life? I said the answer is same for both the questions. We'll get to the answer at the end. On the 9th of August in 2019, I took a brave decision of joining a club in our college, which I think no other first year student took. I'm actually very proud about it. I feel that that's the best decision I've taken in my life because it kind of got me placed and it kind of changed the whole way that I think. And it kind of totally changed the way I work towards a few things. So my ideology has changed. The way I looked at things. Everything that mattered to me changed because of this one particular club. Well, that's one reason I really love taking that decision. There are a few other reasons which I most probably do regret sometimes. Because if I look back at my BTech life, that's the only thing that I see in my whole BTech life. Come on, you don't see any other things. Okay, I was playing tennis in my first year. Where did the tennis go? I can't find it. If I look back and say, hey, dude, there was this one friend of mine who was doing some other thing in some other club. Right now, if I look at him, I would say, who is he, man? The only friends that I have around are these people who are related to the club most probably. So in a funny way, I do regret it sometimes. In a very good way, I do not regret it at all. I'm damn sure that I won't regret it at any point in time. And that one club is Toastmasters Amrita Bengaluru and being in Toastmasters. That's the decision I don't regret at all. And in a few ways, as I already told, I regret. Back to you, Toastmaster Nikhil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsha. So can we have our next volunteer? Come on, anyone from the guests? Please try. Please
I'll go next.
Vishnu.
I'll go next.
Yeah. We'll go with Toastmaster Maheedhara and we'll go with Vishnu after that. Toastmaster Maheedhara, your topic is the one change that you like to see in yourself. What's the one change that you like to see in yourself?
That's it? Okay, yeah. The only change that I want to see in myself is back then in my college days, in my inter days, inter +2 days, I was so confident and I was so, I was so hardworking. I was so disciplined. I was so hardworking to study something. And I was concentrating more on my studies more than chilling with my friends. And though I had less friends, the thing was I was successful in my studies at least. But coming back to my BTech life, though I've changed a lot in person, I could not really digest the fact that I have ruined my studies, that I could not really concentrate on my studies, and nowadays I'm just chilling with friends and I'm not doing anything productive. Back then, though I was productive, but I was not very interactive. Even though I'm being interactive, I can't really concentrate on my studies, and I don't know why I can't go back in time, and I cannot change myself so that I can study again and I can score good marks again and I can be myself again. But I don't think it really happens until there will be a day where I get a huge break in my life. That's all, Toastmaster. That is the only thing I should change in myself that I cannot.
I'm totally sure that you're going to bring that change. And I also feel you'll find the correct balance in your life, like the interactivity as well as the studies. And great going, Toastmaster. Come on, guys, next volunteer.
I can.
Yeah, Toastmaster Vishnu. I'm so sorry. Toastmaster Vishnu.
Hello?
Yeah.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Just give me a moment. Yeah, your topic is, do you think an idea can really change your life?
Is that the question?
Yes. Do you think an idea can really change your life?
Yeah. An idea can really change your life. It can make you succeed or it can make you failure. If it can make you failure, you will learn from the situation. Or if you can succeed, don't need any other ideas anymore. That's the thing I was thinking when you make that question. An idea can change yourself. If I get an idea which can change anything in the world, first of all, I will leave the BTech. I'll leave the engineering. I don't want to do the engineering because it already changed my life. It already made my life successful. Why should I join the BTech? Why should I study this much hard, banging for the exams and all? Why should I study? Why should I run from the Maheedhara block to college for the exams? Why should I run for the classrooms to attendance for during the mornings in just a plan of 5 minutes? But it will make you lazy if you don't work. But you should do some kind of work. But I don't do this kind of work. That's it from myself.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. You totally made me regret giving you the table topic, but it's okay. I really can't go back in time and change it, but I think we have to live by it. But that is a great take on the topic, Vishnu. So our next volunteer is Toastmaster Govind. Your topic is, there's this famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi, be the change that you wish to see in this world. What is your view upon it? Toastmaster Govind. Do you want me to repeat it?
Thank you, Toastmaster. Yeah, please repeat.
Yeah. There's this famous quote of Mahatma Gandhi. It says, be the change that you wish to see in this world. So give out your view on this thought.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. So recently I got his advice saying ki if you want to improve yourself, the first thing that you want to do is arrange your breath properly when you wake up in the morning. So I just thought just like it was just a normal thing, and I mean before back then I was not at all organized. So let's give it a try. And then recently, I mean, I'm doing the bed arrange thing, and I mean, it gives me feeling ki I just want to do the things organized and proper way. So if you want to change something which you want to see, just start with a small thing, and that will give you confidence to do the other thing as well. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Govind. That was a great take on the topic. So we have around 2 more table topics. If anyone would like to volunteer.
I can
Yeah.
take up one, Nikhil.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Govind.
Probably the
So,
easy one.
Yes, Harsha. Your table topic is, what is the one change that you would like to see in Toastmasters?
Okay, one change that I would like, I hope it stays only in this meeting, and it is not, the recording is not shared with anyone else with a disclaimer. Okay, I've heard that, you know, before pathways came into existence, the old education curriculum was really very good. I have all the club members that say that, you know, there is one, we've done CC, AC, CL, ALBs and all of that. So if you ask me all the abbreviations, most of them I know, most of them I don't know, because I'm also like you guys, joined Toastmasters in 2018 after the rollout of pathways. So one change that I would want to see, probably, you know, go back to the old education curriculum. And one more would be to, I mean, sometimes meeting get a little too serious with the fixed agenda that we have. Why not make it more fun? Have a joke master or the fun master in every meeting and make it a mandate. So that would be that. These are two changes probably that I would suggest. If I become one fine day, I become the regional director or international director. With this, back to you, Toastmaster Nikhil.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster. And I really hope you climb up the ranks and we get to see those implementations. So I've got one last topic. If anyone like to volunteer, it would be really great. Come on, guys, don't make me pick.
I'll do.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Praneeth. So your table topic is, if you had this opportunity to go back into time and change one particular event, which event would it be?
Right. So I'm not, as is the exam season, I'm not getting any other topics in my brain. The one thing I would change, like if I would go back in a time machine in Doraemon, is my first year of BTech. I would be more serious because when it was online, I didn't even understand what BTech was. Till the third semester, in the first semester, I'll tell you, I didn't even, I was taking end sem exams also like a quiz exam. Like I didn't even read anything or concentrate on anything because it was so light. Didn't attend even one class. And see, we can copy, we can use malpractice, right? But still, if you don't know anything, how can you, like, that's not possible, right? The amount of negligence I kept in my third semester is like, it's hurting me right now. When I'm in offline semester and in like 2 semesters placement starts, it's really hurting me right now. That's all I would like to say. The first thing is I would go back in time machine, and one thing I would do is show the reality to myself. What would happen if I would not study? Like there was a lot. Like I could have worked on 1000%. I didn't even work like even 1% of my ability I used in online. didn't even attend like 5% classes. So that's the biggest regret I have. So if I would show myself that, if I go to a time machine and show myself that, that would I would be really chill right now. I'm chill right now also, but that's the reality we're in. So that's it. Over to table topics, Master Nikhil.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Praneeth. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of co-passengers from this meeting to their journey. So thanks a lot for being a great audience. That's it from my side. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Vinay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. They were very good and attractive table topics. So moving on to the most important segment. This is the most important segment in a meeting where every person feels very free to talk and speak. It's the break. So I've been observing from few meetings that no TMoD is giving break, and they were like, we want break, we want break. So let's take a short 2-minute break. But welcome back, everyone. Oh, sorry. Welcome back, everyone. So let's move on to the third segment of today's meeting. It's the evolution segment. Over to General Evaluator Dinesh, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Vinay, for reminding the people that there is a break and we are not following it. Much needed one for me. So let us start with the evaluation segment. I would like to hand over the screen to Toastmaster Pratap, who is the speech evaluator 1. Over to you, Toastmaster Pratap.
A very good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to Toastmaster Madhumitha. First of all, congratulations on giving your first speech in Toastmasters, and hoping you give many more speeches like this. So moving on with your evaluation, your icebreaker speech is a beautiful once upon a time they lived a girl kind of story. Just like the one kids listen with their hands under the chin. So it's a beautiful. It went really well. The tone, the plane, and everything. It went so cool. Yeah. And also, this is one of the rare icebreaker speeches which I witnessed that went flawless. Yeah. Usually people tend to stumble a lot because it's the first time. And I think a lot your journey in tab already started a few weeks back. So that helped you give your icebreaker speech flawless. So that's a good one. And coming to your speech content, it is so in the line, like the structure, the way you structure the speech in such a way that you introduce yourself and then you went from your childhood to how you ended up in tab and how you're doing here. It's all very plain and it's nice. It's actually like a feel good movie. So yeah, kudos upon that. The content part is very well. You went with a very good flow, and one good point highlight here is the way you talk about the way you take a particular point while you're going in the flow and talking about it and coming back on track uh, very smoothly. The transition happened very smoothly, and that's something I like when you're talking about you're going from school, inter, and BTech. So while you came to intermediate, you spoke about and then came back on track, and that's something very nice. And also, uh, since this is your icebreaker speech in Toastmasters platform, you spoke a little about your stage fright and how you spoke your first time and something related to this platform. Very overall, I think you have structured your content very well. And since it's your first icebreaker speech, I would focus on the content. And the body language work on a little, but for this speech, which is a very simple and a beautiful one, I think you have done well. One thing I want you to work on is the time taken. You almost took more than 6 minutes, according to me. I'm not sure the timer. So you took more than 6 minutes. So you should be aware that the icebreaker speech is 4 to 6 minutes and prepare it. So from next time, you work on the time taken. Overall, it's a very cool speech and a very good start for your pathways journey. All the best for your future speeches. Over to the general.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Pratap. And I would like to second the part where he told that this is the few icebreakers that he witnessed that is completely flawless. I would like to second that. Well, Toastmaster Madhumitha, one suggestion, it is not only for Toastmaster Madhumitha, it is for everyone. Whenever you are start to speak, don't ask for, am I clearly audible and visible? Because if you are not clearly audible and visible, people are going to tell you eventually. That you can verify when you join the meeting at least 20 to 15 minutes earlier. So that is one thing. And the icebreaker is really good. It went really flawless. And that's it for the speaker one. Moving ahead, I'd like to call the speech evaluator two, who is Toastmaster Harsha. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsha.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Dinesh. A very special good evening to Toastmaster Maheedhara, or should I call you Mahi or Macha, as he suggested us to call. So I'll be addressing you as Macha today. Macha, I'll tell you a few things which were really good in your speech, and I'll tell you a few things which could be improved in your speech. Firstly, coming to the things which you did really good. The first thing is you were yourself on the stage. That's something which I really loved. So I tell this in each and every icebreaker evaluation because it matters to each and every speaker who's giving an icebreaker. One beautiful thing about icebreakers is that they're authentic. Whatever that we say, whatever that we speak in an icebreaker is our story. We want to tell it, we want to talk about it, we want to express ourselves. So icebreaker is something that is special to each and every one, and you made it special through working on your emotions. The way you delivered your speech, at parts it looked like you were an experienced speaker. The way you came towards the camera sometimes and told, I was feeling bad at that point in time, made that difference in the speech. The emotion that you brought into your story is something which made your icebreaker stood out. And second thing, this is one thing that experienced speakers do, as I already said, is circling back to the introduction after your conclusion. So during your conclusion, circling back to your introduction makes the speech look more full. It makes the speech complete. When you circle back through the introduction, people will just run through all the things that went on in the speech once. That makes the speech complete. That makes you understand, hey, the speech can be better in this way. We can put out our points in a better way in this way. So that's what you've done, Toastmaster Mahi or Macha. You've done that really well. So that's something I would like to appreciate you on. Now, Macha, trust me, there are always things in your life where you can improve, right? You've always learned that through your icebreaker as well. So that's what I'm going to do in the next 1 minute. Tell you about your improvements. The first one is, what is it? You've told that you were not yourself at that point in time. How were you not yourself? What is it being yourself? Are you an extroverted person? Are you a totally extroverted person? As a person, some of us know you. So that some of us know that you're an extrovert. But what about the people who don't know about you? Icebreaker is about introducing yourself. So get that point in, get that small just about you right. Talk that, hey, I'm an extrovert right now, which I was not in that particular point in time. So get that in point this time and try to explore that part when you're delivering your next speech. So that's one thing. Always remember to explain things, elaborate them a bit more. Since you have time, it's 4 to 6 minutes. Do not worry. You had a bit of time left at the end as well. So do not worry about that. Go on and speak your heart out. So this is the only point that I have as an improvement for you in regards to an icebreaker. And in an icebreaker, no one actually gets into a part called voice modulation, which you've got into and delivered really well. Your voice modulation was really good at a lot of points in time for an icebreaker. That's something which is very commendable. On the whole, Macha, a really good speech, a great icebreaker. Next time, get that 1 point into picture and you'll do really well. That's it from my side. Back to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsha. As usual, it is as precise as possible. And coming to Toastmaster Mahi, yeah, all I can say is I'm a proud mentor. Your speech, I totally liked it, and all my inputs I gave yesterday when we were making the script. So I don't need to put anything other than Harsha told you. So that's for you, Toastmaster Mahi. Then coming to the speech evaluator 3, who is Toastmaster Praneeth. Over to you, Toastmaster Praneeth.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now, hi Vijaya Sree. I'm back with my report. Now, talking about your speech, now I understand the meaning of your topic, because revocation, those things are very polar from each other, and this is the topic where it works out great for that introduction. First of all, let us congratulate Vijay Sree for taking such a current affair topic, and we need such topics because for example, if some event happens or something happens, we just hear about it and we just forget about it, and no one remembers it. Right? For example, the revocation of Article 370, or the Taliban crisis which happened in Afghanistan a year ago. It's been a year. Like, do we remember like the people suffering? Like, no one is talking about it, right? We need people to talk about these things, and kudos to you for talking about that. And the first thing I want to like appreciate is your introduction was bang on. Your content was solid. Okay, you prepared well. That's what I could see in your speech. You prepared your speech well, and the one thing that made your speech good was that most people like you set your opinion right from the start, and you took your opinion till the end, right? The people do the mistakes people do is basically what they do is they have one opinion at the starting, and they just deify from that opinion, and at the end they have a different opinion. For example, in your speech, you are for like removing of Article 370, and till the end of the speech you had the same opinion. Now that's really hard to have, and you did it nice. That's very good. And the structure of the speech was also like really good in my opinion. The beginning introduction, and in the ending you said about what FDIs and all the removing of Article 370, the benefits of removing of Article 370 gave. That was also very good in my opinion. And now overall your speech was good, but there are some things which everyone could improve upon, right? So the one thing, some things like I would give my opinion, like we would improve upon is try to add some more humorous elements in a speech, because this as is a Toastmasters this thing, it's we need to add some humorous elements into our speech so that we will connect with the audience, right? That was lagging in your speech in my opinion. So try to connect with your audience, and try to be more interactive. And while presenting a speech, like the one other thing is it's while present I'm talking about the content of your speech. While presenting a speech, try to give the concerns of the both parties, right? You just in your speech about when you talked about Article 370 and the bad things, and you never talked about why did Article 370 come into existence. That was missing, because there should be a reason, right, why Article 370 was formed, right? You didn't talk about that. And you like in a speech we should talk both the positive and the negative of the thing, and then we could persuade our audience to come into a conclusion what we think. But what lagged in your speech was you started with your own conclusion, and you didn't say the other part of the party. You didn't say that. And the one thing that's the things you could improve upon. Just try to be more humorous and try to be more interactive with the audience. And one challenge is next time just try to give like a humorous speech or an eye-opener speech, or just modify the speech next time and give a sense, because it's a very eye-opening topic, right? Like make the audience more interactive. That would really help in your Toastmasters journey. That's all I have. Overall, a very good speech with very good content. The content is bang on, very good content. That's it from my side. Thank you. Over to General Elevator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Praneeth. A few suggestions for you. In Toastmasters, there's this technique called sandwich method. In evaluation, you can start with positives, tell the not so good as in improvements, and after that you can tell the positives, and you can summarize everything and give their inputs. Give the inputs to them to what they need to actually work on. So this is a suggestion. You can use it from the next time. And coming to Toastmaster Vijay Shree's speech, well, thanks to Bangalore power cut, or I don't know, my fate today. We had 4 power cuts today, and I didn't get to hear a few parts in your speech, so I'm sorry for that. I'm sure Toastmaster Praneeth covered most of it. Now, let me call upon the tag team's report in the order: Grammarian, our counter, and timer. Grammarian, Toastmaster Mallika, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. So, hi guys, I'm back with the report. Starting with the speaker one, Toastmasters Madhumitha. Some of the good usages were sweet as well as salt, roller coaster ride, and thoughts to cover 180-degree shift. Some of the not so good usages were and many. She used to repeat it and many. And usual time, super good. Rather than super good, just tell synonym of that. And that very well. Instead of that, just the very is not needed at that point. So you can just tell well. And the other thing was very surprised. Instead of that, you can just use surprised. And at one place you used I should join or not. So before that, if you would have used whether I should join or not, it would just add an impact to your sentence. So that's all about my from my side to Toastmaster Madhumitha. And some of the tips which you could follow is just read the books and watch the series which has the good English content in it. And coming to speaker to Toastmaster Maheedhara, some of the good usages were as cool as extrovert and admiring, composed, retrospect, look into big picture. And some of the not so good usages were intro. Coming to my intro, he told as intro. It's better that you just tell it as the full form introduction rather than just the short forms which you use. And you during your introduction you just told this is Maheedhara. So instead of that, if you could use I am Maheedhara, it would this is only used for the objects, right? So it's better that you use I am Maheedhara. And the other thing was you introduce live a life. Rather than using live a life, you could use it as I lead a life. And the other thing was you used never was. So it was the other way around. Was never. It should be that. And that's all, Toastmaster Maheedhara, from my side to you. And coming to Toastmaster Vijaya Sree, some of the good usages were subconsciously think, revoked, fruitful result, unified, and flourish. And I didn't find any not so good usages in that, but I would just tell the 3 speakers that the word of the day and idiom of the day wasn't used. So I would just tell you to use that word of the day and idiom of the day in your coming speeches. And coming to Toastmaster Maheedhara, in the table topic session, the good usages was digest the fact. And Toastmaster Madhu Shudan in his table topics thing, the not so good usage was he was using so it's better that he just cut that off. And coming to Toastmaster Praneeth, some of the good usages were bang on, persuade, and eye opening. Some of the not so good usages were in the ending. Rather than using in the ending, you can just use at the ending. And coming to Toastmaster Pratap, some of the good usages were stumble around, kudos. And the not so good usages were very smoothly. Rather than using very smoothly, you can just use very in a very smooth way. And coming to the last one, Toastmaster Dinesh, some of the good usages which he used today was flawless, and the not so good usages was totally liked. Rather than using totally liked, he can just substitute anything in that, like he can use like I liked it in liked it rather than telling totally liked it. So this was the evaluation from my side. This was my first time evaluating, and I think I did my job. And if there's any mistakes in that, please to forgive it, and I'll just try to improve it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Mallika. And that's the whole point of Toastmasters. We do mistakes here and we will realize, we will correct them, and we will apply in the next meeting. So there's nothing to worry about. And the only suggestion I have for you is always try to have an Excel sheet, because If it is an online scenario, you can just sit there and in another window, you can open a sheet and you can enter your report because your report is.
Yeah, I did it on the Word thing, but I think I forgot to share it.
Okay, from next time onwards, you can just present it so that people will take screenshots or something. Thank you, Toastmaster Mallika. Now coming to the account of report, over to you, Toastmaster Vishnu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Yeah, I'm unable to make the presentation because it is taking time. So I will just read out what and all happened. Yeah, coming from the essay, Toastmaster Praneeth, he used 5 plus R's and 5 plus sums. And I used it, that is, he was confused while what to speak and which words he should use next. He's giving slight pauses, but he is using more R's and Ms. So I request him to decrease the R's and Ms from the next time onwards. And TMoD Vinay, on a hard analysis, I found out 2 R's and 2 repetitive words like my theory was, my theory is, of our friend, of our meet, of today's meet. That's from TMoD Vinay. And Grammarian Mallika, she didn't use any crutch words or repetitive words. She spoke the introduction of Grammarian very well in a nice manner. And the accounter used 2 repetitive words. Timer Govind also, he didn't use any crutch or filler words. And Toastmaster Madhumitha and Toastmaster Maheedhara and the 2 speeches. Earlier icebreaker speeches were like people used to stop in the middle. People used to forget the words. People used to give pauses even for minutes in icebreaker speeches. I have seen people who turn off their internet and say it's a network issue. But I never see icebreaker speeches giving such great speeches without any crutch words or filler words. Yeah, there is a crutch word, one and Maheedhara one but those are negotiable. So I'm saying hats off to Toastmaster Madhumitha and Toastmaster Maheedhara for their icebreaker speeches. And Toastmaster Vijaya she used one repetitive word, then King Harish King, then King Harish King. And table topic master Nikhil, he also used 7 plus R's and 1 repetitive word, example. So I request him to decrease the number of R's from the next time onwards. Toastmaster Harsha on a hard analysis, I was able to find out he used 2 repetitive words, 9th August 2018. I am damn sure that. And Toastmaster Maheedhara, it seems he had followed my words. He spoke in a very slow paced manner so that he could never get a chance of using R's, and crutch words and repetitive words. And me, Vishnu, Govind, Guest Masudan, Praneeth, the remaining table topic speakers, I never find any crutch or repetitive words or filler words. Coming to speech evaluators, speech evaluator 1, Toastmaster Pratap, used 2 plus R's and a hard analysis I found out. So speech evaluator 2, Harsha, I didn't find any R's, and all. And speech evaluator 3, Praneeth, he even used 5 plus R's, 1 and 1 like. And that's it from my side. Over to general evaluator, Toastmaster Dinesh.
As bold as always. That's Toastmaster Vishnu for you. Thanks for the account report. Moving ahead, let's have the timer report. Over to you, Toastmaster Govind.
First thing, am I audible? Yes. Thank you. A very good evening once again, everyone. So I'm back with my remote report. Starting meeting has been started at 4:37, where it should have been done by 4:30. We can work on that next time. We'll do it on time. And coming to prepared speeches, Toastmaster Madhumitha took 6 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Maheedhara took 6 minutes, and Toastmaster Vijaya took 5 minutes 20 seconds. So here I have to apologize because I have to drop down in between these. There is snowball in chance in hell that we can predict these power cuts. And coming to a table topic session, all all table topic speakers have been in time limit except Toastmaster Harsha. Next time, please work on that. And coming to speech evaluations, Toastmaster Pratap took 3 minutes 10 seconds, Toastmaster Harsha took 3 minutes 20 seconds, and Toastmaster Praneeth took 4 minutes 18 seconds. There is one thing I loved in this meeting is no one has stopped their speaking while seeing the timer red card, and I loved it personally. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt us if we follow the agenda, and it will be more organized and stuff. So I'm sure we can work on that. And coming to Grammarian Toastmaster Mallika, she took 4 minutes 16 seconds, and Toastmaster Vishnu took 3 minutes 26 seconds. As I said, next time we'll improve and we'll follow as per the agenda. And that's it from my side. Over to Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, G Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Govind. Well, I'll start my evaluation. The meeting, as timer told us, started at 4:37. Surgeon at arms, Toastmaster Praneeth. It is mandatory that you should join the meeting 20 minutes prior and start the meeting and set the room so that everyone don't have to look at other faces awkwardly. And though we always say that in every meeting, am I back now?
Yeah.
Where did I stop?
Toastmaster, sorry, Praneeth, yeah.
Okay. Toastmaster Praneeth, it is mandatory that you should join at least 20 minutes before and set the meeting room. That's what a surgeon at arms do in offline, and online you should just join and talk with people, because no one has to look at other people's faces and feel a little awkward there. You can do that. From the next meeting, I expect you to be a little earlier to the meeting and set the meeting room. Okay. That is the first thing. And though we always say that in every meeting, though every timer says that the role taker should join at least 20 minutes before, I can see only people are joining 5 minutes before the meeting. That is not a good practice. As a general evaluator, I won't suggest that. So people, please join 20 minutes before. You can have your audio and video check. You don't have to ask in the meetings, stopping your speech or whatever role. You don't have to stop there and ask people that you are audible or not. Just join 20 minutes before. Let's make it mandatory from now on. No 5 minutes before. Let's make it 20 minutes. Now coming to the roles. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vinay. Well, he explained the butterfly effect in a very easiest way possible and made me understand. I'm not good at studies, so I got understood great with it. So that's Vinay for you. I have few suggestions for you. Since you are a first-time role taker as a Toastmaster of the day, icebreakers, after every icebreaker, we give a standing ovation to people, because that's the first speech people start giving in their pathway journey. That is the respect we give for them. You forgot for the first speaker, but you remembered for the second speaker. Next time, when you take up TMoD, make sure you will give the standing ovation. You ask everyone to give the standing ovation. And second thing is speech titles. Speech title is not the speech objective. I'm sure you must have understood that by now. Next time, you know what to do. Coming to the table topic master, Toastmaster Nikhil. Well, here's the person. He put the division director himself on the spot. That's table topic master for you. Good topics. And coming to the first table topic speaker, Toastmaster Harsha. I don't think damn is a formal word. At least that's what I heard. So I suggest you don't use informal words in the meeting. Let's keep it professional. Well, the second table topic speaker is Toastmaster Maheedhara. Well, I can't imagine you having less friends, because you are the Mr. Popular in the university. Well, yeah, that's what I thought. And after your attempt, you linked everything to the topic which was given to you in a different way. I like that. And the third table topic speaker is Toastmaster Vishnu. Well, you started with, is that the question? Well, I personally like the role of table topic master. You can't ask a question like that. I don't know how you meant that, but it sounded a little impolite. So try to ask it in a more polite manner, because is that the question is not a question you are supposed to ask a table topic master, because he won't know what the comfortable question for his audience. So yeah. And you have spoken like every other student in Amrita. Why did I join why did we take up this degree? That's there. And Toastmaster Govind, I've seen, because you are timer, I have noted down your time to keep a track. So I've noted down your table topic attendance 52 seconds. Phrase it more. Keep it between 1 to 2 minutes so that it will be, you are qualified for the voting. Best part. And people will be hearing to your amazing perspectives as well. So that's one suggestion. And one more suggestion I have is Toastmaster Praneeth here. Can I confirm that you are here?
Yeah, I'm here only.
Yeah, I'd like to propose one more sentence in the 3 golden rules. Since we are uploading our our meeting recordings to YouTube, from next time onwards, add this part as well. Audience should be aware of the fact that the recordings will be going live on YouTube. I can see Toastmaster Madhumitha's face. Because of that only, I added this part. Toastmaster Praneeth, can I make sure that you will do that next time?
Yeah, in the next meeting, in the offline meeting also, is that fine, right? We have to tell that.
Yeah, we'll upload offline meetings also.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
General disclaimer, right?
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Toastmaster Praneeth. And the 6th table topic speaker is again Toastmaster Praneeth. Well, I don't know what's up with my juniors. Everyone was speaking in the same vibe, and it's like they're in some kind of telepathy they are maintaining. Everyone was speaking like, why did I take up this degree? And everyone was speaking about the adverse effects of being in Amrita and being as an Amrita student. But yeah, that's the sad part. Well, I noted down only this part. To summarize, let's join the meeting 20 minutes earlier and check our audio videos in the starting itself, not in the meeting, not before your speech, not before your table topic attempt. That's the best thing we can do. And the final thing, if you are not available for a role, when you took up, if you are not able to attend in the last minute, tell the excom first, because no one wants a ton of anxiety in the starting of the meeting itself. So that's the one thing you can do. It's a simple thing. Just text them that you are not available because something came up. That's fine. No one expects that everyone will be free. So that's it from my side as a general evaluator. I will roll out a voting link. I'd like to request everyone to go ahead and open the link and vote for everyone. So if you are in the role takers, as in that part, please don't vote because you are there in that. Remaining roles, you can vote. So that's it from my side. This is just a caution. Over to the Toastmaster of the day for his conclusion. Over to you, Toastmaster Vinay.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. I would think if you give me some time after the link comes, so I can vote. Before that, I would like to continue my topic. Okay, guys. Oh, it's out. So I would request you to give me some time for voting. Yeah, I'm back. I'm done with the voting part. So from the right from the start of the meeting, I've been continuously saying that nothing can be changed, nothing can be changed, nothing can be changed. But you would have got a question that how can we change exactly something? How can we change something exactly? So I'll be telling that. There is this change which can be changed, and it is very important. This change cannot be bought by someone to you. This change cannot be borrowed, or it won't come to you whenever you wanted it to be. Because this change should start from you. When you start to change, everything changes. For example, few of my friends have attended the boss interview and they got rejected. They started regretting that they are not got rejected. It's nice. Like, you should enjoy your failures. You should remember your failures. But I says that do not carry it forward. Whenever I say that, they would say, okay, macha, let's go play some cricket, play some things on or watch TV. This is the exact thing in which they do not keep it aside. They just hide the regret. What I say is, if you get a regret or if you get a failure, you should remember it and keep it aside, so you can move forward and achieve more things. Like, Bosch is not the only company which offers you a job. There are plenty of companies. And also, you should have faith in yourself that you can achieve a job or you can get selected for a job. And also, some of my friends were like very depressed before the exam, before the day of exam. Whenever I call them and ask them, what have you prepared well? They would say that, no, I won't get it. So I stopped preparing. How can you say that you won't get it? You cannot say it, because if you start preparing, then you will come to know that you can get it. For example, knowing alphabets, only letter A, is better than sitting aside and saying that I don't even know any kind of alphabets. It's better to know something, and it's that one particular point of time at which you start and you keep yourself changing to learn or know something. Who knows that it can be useful at any particular point of time. And there is this kind of fear I would see in every person. My father used to say something about fear. Fear is something which comes when you don't know something. For example, me, I don't know how a TMoD role goes. So I was so scared of taking it. So after that, I spoke to my mentor. He gave me some kind of boost. And then that point, I changed my mind and I changed. So that resulted me to take the TMoD role. Now I'm very much enjoying the role and speaking to you people. So finally, I would say that nothing can be changed until you start to be the change. You should be the change to change anything. If you change, you can change everything from nothing to everything. So be the change. Don't hesitate or don't fear. Just face your fear. Thank you. Over to presiding officer.
Well, I'm back again. Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay, for that wonderful TMoD address. Well, I got only 13 responses. I'm waiting for 2 more. I think 1 person left. Okay. Can we have, meanwhile, can the guests share their experience and give their feedback? Toastmaster Madhusudan, would you like to give the feedback?
First time to tap. I would say it was a wonderful experience. Took me back to my college days where everyone is saying, why did I take up engineering? I would have said that if I was also in your place, but no, I won't say that now because I've come long way from there. So yeah, I mean, I don't have any regrets for doing engineering. It was very energetic, very very nice meeting, I would say. After a long time, I'm attending a club meeting. So I really had a great time. Thank you.
So thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudan. Glad to know that you have enjoyed your time, and I'm sure my juniors are going to change their perspectives after they got graduated and got a nice job. Okay. Toastmaster Om, would you like to give a feedback for us? Over to you.
If I want to give a feedback, I'll be like taking a too long time because I have noted down a lot of good things that I have here. So the meeting was superb. It was my first time logging into the meeting of TAP. And the reason I am in Toastmasters are two persons who are already here, Toastmaster Gopika and Toastmaster Harsha. They were the one who initiated Toastmasters in our college. So kudos to them for that. So the Toastmasters meeting, I am logging into each and every meeting after joining the group and getting the links, getting insights because we are the new starters. But I can already see that how funny a Toastmaster meeting can be, how serious we can do it, or the different ways we can mend it. So I definitely learned a lot, enjoyed a lot. So yeah, it was a great experience.
So thank you, Toastmaster Om. Well, yeah, it always depends on us on how it is going to be. Well, okay, I got 14 responses. Best of Big Four. Anyone would like to take a guess?
TMoD?
TMoD.
Yeah. Toastmaster
Vinay.
Vinay is the best of Big Four. Congrats, Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you.
Best of, yeah. Best of tag team. Is it timer? Is it dot counter?
Brother?
Brother.
Well, yeah, sorry to disappoint you. It is the Grammarian, Toastmaster Mallika. Congrats, Toastmaster Mallika. Now coming to the best of speakers, two icebreakers and a normal speech. Can we take a guess?
Madhumitha.
Well, yeah. Toastmaster Madhumitha is the best of speakers. Congratulations, Toastmaster Madhumitha. That was a flawless icebreaker speech that we heard. Okay. Now coming to the best of speech evaluators.
Harsha?
Harsha.
Well, yeah, audience one. Toastmaster Harsha is the best of speech evaluators. Congratulations, Toastmaster Harsha. And last but not the least, best of table topic speakers. It's a little close call. Anyone would like to take a guess?
Maheedhara.
Well, again, sorry to disappoint you. It is our division of director himself, Toastmaster Madhusudan. Congratulations. Well, yeah, that's it with
Thank
the
you,
best
guys.
of role takers. Much obliged, Toastmaster Madhusudan. Well, if anyone would like to give any feedback, not restricting it to guests, anyone would like to give any feedback? We are overboard.
Yes, I think one thing that I can say is it's great to see a lot of people on video. I think Harsha can agree to this. It's great to see a lot of people on video. It's been a long time since a lot of people have come on video. We had in person, we had hybrid, so it's great to have faces again. And anyway, you guys are going to college again, so it's going to be hybrid again. So good.
Okay, I don't want to take much time. So since we are just 25 minutes overboard, I'd like to go ahead and close the meeting number 168. Themed. Nothing can be changed. Please close. Well, the floor is open for networking.